Hey, good morning, everyone. Day 2, banquets and catering, okay? This isn't going to be a long lecture. There's just a couple things I want you to keep in mind when you cater, okay? Or when you think about banquets and buffets, that type of thing. Okay, first thing. I should have put this in some type of mental order, but I'm just going to give you the information that you roll with it, okay? So, first and foremost, there's several types of buffets, right? There's breakfast buffet, lunch buffet, dinner buffet, appetizer buffet, dessert buffet, salad buffets, right? So think about it. You've been to some particular restaurant that has a salad bar. Now me, I stay clear of them. And some of you who know me, you know why. If somebody's been in there before me, or the general public, I don't mess around. But anyway, I call it the chef's curse. Once you know a little bit about sanitation, you're a little bit leery with eating behind other people that don't know what you know. But that'll make sense one day. Okay, so listen, determining what type of buffet you're having, right? So the first thing that comes to my mind is, I tell you, keep hot food hot, we keep cold food cold, because both items can be on a buffet, correct? Right. There's something else you want to think about a buffet, okay? And it's this. Is this just totally self-service? Or is this service-oriented? So you guys that get ready to cater, ideally, let me tell you something. Me, when I catered, I like just drop-off. So people coming by to pick their stuff up, where I just gave them directions with how to heat or hold and that type of stuff. But others need you to provide the food and the service of it. So recognize the two are totally different, because that's when you start thinking about staffing, right? Because some stuff we cater can be small enough that you could almost knock it off yourself. But it's different when you have to think about service and breakdown and all that stuff. Now you're looking at running your labor cost up, which means now less profit left behind for you, right? Okay, so I have regular buffet, right? Self-service. But only thing about self-service is it still has to be monitored, because what happens when an item runs low? And you remember from ServeSafe, we're not supposed to add items to other items, right? Or that time, or combine batches, remember? So if it's a self-service, then you need someone to staff it where it's where that's being taken care of and looked at, right? Okay, so if it's a service buffet, that means you're actually serving on the line, okay? The good thing about that is, a regular buffet, people can just get however the amount they want, they can just pile it up, right? And self-service. But when you have service staff, they sort of give you the portion and look at you sort of like, move it on. Okay? Keep that in mind, though. I'm going to tell you the importance of it, because like when you have a high item on your buffet, or something's popular, you got to watch out, because people try to pile that up and eat all that up and leave just the regular stuff, right? Which changes your whole food cost when you start counting per person for banquet, right? So watch this. Another trick to that, though, is this. Listen, once you get in this game a little bit, you guys, you'll understand how to line and set up that buffet. Let me tell you what we do. Like, let's suppose I'm doing an appetizer. Suppose I have crab and prosciutto and just some nice stuff on it, okay? Just one portion of it, because, we have all kinds of other stuff. I'm going to put my high item ends towards the end of the buffet line. Why are you going to do that, chef? You want everybody to see all your stuff so they'll know it's good. Well, let me tell you what happens, though. If you do it the way I suggest, then by the time they get to there, the little plate is already filled up, and there's really no room to pile up your high-end items that you have more money in. Smart, right? Yeah. Now listen, don't get it messed up, because some folks will go get another plate, right? They don't care what people think or say. They'll get a plate. They'll almost put sideboards on their plate for that. But here's the deal. When you sort of do it in a decent type of way, you guys, you don't do that, right? So what it is, and just think about it, your appetizers or hors d'oeuvres are going to be 1 to 2 bites. So the small, and we're practically talking about finger food when we think about those type of items. But watch this. Suppose you're doing a buffet that's a dinner buffet, right? You got prime rib, lamb chop, heck, I don't know, but you get it, right? Man, I want them to have salad, rice, pasta. I want all that stuff piled up on their plate right before they even get to my proteins. I think you get the concept, right? So that's something to think about depending on the items you have on your buffet. Okay, so listen, one more thing now. Buffet, it should flow. It should sort of make sense, right? So listen, suppose I have a couple fruits. Well, I am going to section all that fruit sort of right there together, right? Well, I'm not going to put fruit first and then in the middle there's some more at the end. We're not going to really group like that. We sort of want to make it make sense. That's like going down a grocery store aisle, you guys, where just everything is there. It would become quite confusing and quite cluttered and quite congested when you do it that way, just like a grocery store aisle would be. So really, there should be some type of flow to it. Remember in Serve Safe when we were thinking about our mock kitchens, and those of you guys that did the supervision class, remember how you had to do your layout, or we had talked about that, Jane and Jaquez and that group, right? Yeah, think about that. When you had to do the flow of your kitchen, we said, well, let's make it make sense. Do I want my fryers and stove right near the back receiving door? No, we said no. What would make most sense would probably be your storage, your freezer, coolers, right? Be closer to receiving prep, right? Those were things that we said, let the flow of the kitchen make sense. Well, I'm going to tell you the same thing with your buffet. Make it make sense flowing wise. Remember that you're in this for a business, right? And of course you want people to say, oh, that was so delicious. Who was the caterer? I want to hire them for something else and that type of thing. You get all that. But at the same time, you've got to be conscious of your money, right? So yeah, this is culinary school. True enough, where you're going to, man, they're going to wear you guys out in that kitchen. So I will see most of you during the morning with Chef Dawn. Boy, you guys got your hands full. She's going to show you guys so much stuff. So with that said, once you start getting a mental understanding of how things look time-wise, production, prep, all hands on deck. Once you start getting those concepts, guys, for a buffet, it's really going to help you, okay? Now, you know, I've been beating some of you guys up about kitchen speed, right? And this really probably doesn't belong in this class, but I want to tell you something. Well, a lot of my money is in product, right? And as you learn from your cost control, the major amount of your money is in labor, you guys, right? Majority of your money or your expenses end up being labor. So ideally, even in prepping and preparing for banquets and stuff like that, you guys, this is a business. We run it like a business, okay? And let me tell you this, though. What you do when you give your services away, you make it hard for everybody in the profession, sort of, kind of. And that makes sense, right? That's like a car dealer. Hey, a Chevy dealer's giving cars away for $500, but all the other dealers are regular price. Well, that one dealer messed up the whole market for everybody. You get it? Well, see, that's what you have to do with your food. And also, like I said, Robert Adams says, hey, it got to make sense, right? Money sense, and it better make this kind of sense. That's so true. So even in buffet, and I know we're talking about food and layout and different styles of buffet, but at the end of the day, you got money tied up in this, right? Make it make sense, okay? Some items are fillers, some are popular, some are starters. Uh, when you start doing some of the stuff with Chef Dahl and Chef Cooper, they're gonna explain this to you, how they watch their money as they create these menus and execute buffets. Okay, this is going to be a slow season for banquets due to the current climate uh, you know uh, out here right now. So you guys won't be doing very many banquets right now just due to those things. But man, they got some pretty good class. I've looked over some things. They've got some really good class projects for you guys to work on food wise. So that's going to be real exciting. I know you guys are excited to get back as well. Okay. Here's the key though. Here's the key to your success. Hey, listen, I know this was sort of weird being remote school, right? So now, in a couple of days on Monday, we're back. Hey, you guys, you better hit the road running, hit the ground hard running. We missed about 6 weeks, I guess, however many weeks of school it's been. No lab, you just been straight in the book. Now it's time to catch up. So a lot of stuff you guys done in the book that has to do with food. Now it's time to play catch up. We gave you that technical information that you had to see in writing. Now it's time to do that application. Okay? So watch this. That means you coming back ready to cook, mind open, gonna follow directions, all that stuff. And then remember, see, we're going to 3.5 hour labs now instead of that 5.5 hour lab. You have less time to execute. So that means all that playing, Derek and Makita and V, all that playing you guys like to do, see, it ain't gonna work out for you. You guys gonna have to hit the ground running. Get it. Okay, but listen, remember on tomorrow your projects are due. Okay? This is just stage one. Look, guys, something I've gotta tell you. On your project, you want to keep this. That's why I told you to once you turn in what you turn into me, you got to keep that stuff on a flash drive, because what they're going to do is end up teaching you other components of the business, right, side of this. So if you have an idea that you wanted to do as a business, right, guys, this would be the time to put it into your project, because now what you're going to have is chefs looking at it, giving you advice, telling you what's off, telling you what your numbers should be, how it should be, what all information should be blocked in your business. And by the time you get done, listen, you're over halfway to a business plan. Yeah. So listen, don't, on this project, you guys try to take this serious, because you're gonna and I can't reiterate how important this is going to be to you. We've had students call back to ask for different portions of their project because they're needing them out in the business world now. Will really be that important to you. I'm sure Chef Dahl is going to break it down to you. Chef Cooper is going to break it down to you. The importance of this project, what you'll be able to do with it. Okay, so basically, you should be set up for business in a certain kind of way, just minus licensing and funding. You should have a whole lot of knowledge how this thing goes down the right way, not monkey business, but real business at a professional level. Okay. I think enough of that. So listen, you guys get this general gist of buffets. There's a host and list of videos out here. I just pulled one just to show you the buffet video. But the truth is, there's a bunch of stuff out here. So as with anything, if you're interested in it, you're going to do the additional research, right? You're going to do the additional research and get it. Okay? So that's what it's going to take. And hey, good luck on this project, and we're looking forward tomorrow. If you have any questions, you better ask them today, guys. Well, anyway, that's what's up. Talk to you later.